Did I do drop something? Oh, goodness. We're trying to get our camera ready. It just, sometimes it don't want to do what when we're punching our buttons, we put something different. But hi, I'm Mary.
Good morning, I'm Linda, and welcome.
You're welcome to my house.
Your apron.
Oh yeah, I forgot to put my apron on.
Let me find it.
It's on. I'll get it. I'll get it.
Okay.
Go ahead, talk.
So, Mary is making some delicious soup today. We made this. You made this Christmas. Was it last year or year before last?
I made it year before last.
Year before last, and everybody really enjoyed it. It was delicious.
Yeah, it's Italian Tuscan soup, and you know, it has kale in it. If you don't like kale, you don't have to put it in there. But I like the flavor. I like the flavor of it. Anyway, I'm trying something different this morning, and I'm not sure it's going to work. So I'm going to. I've got a light. We got a light. We put the light on our camera, which we've had it always, but we just hadn't been using the light. So I put the light on. So I'm going to try to find out if it's working right or not. And I don't think she hadn't texted me yet. So anyway, I'm going to wash my hands again, and then we're going to start. I've already cooked the bacon. I'll show you this recipe, and for all you that are members and have looked at the recipe, the very first thing I put on instructions was preheat the oven to 350. That's a joke on me. This soup is not cooked in the oven, and I didn't notice it till this morning. So, and little Linda has got that sinus infection, and I didn't want to bother her this morning, but she will remove that. You do not cook this soup in the oven for you members that have looked at the recipe. But I did go ahead and cook the bacon. I cooked the bacon. I cut it up with scissors in 1-inch squares, and because I cooked the bacon for 30 minutes because I cook it slow. I don't want it crisp, and I don't want it with a lot of fat. So I cook it slow a long time. Just any cup towel, Linda, be fine. Now, I'm going to turn this light off and see.
She said it was good.
Okay. Now, can you tell the difference when I turn the light off? Okay. So, anyway, I'll turn it back on.
I think I got an Easter one, Mary.
That's okay. That's okay. I got so many cup towels. I cooked my bacon in the same pan, and then I took the bacon out, and then I put chopped onion, almost a whole onion, chopped it up, and put it in the bacon grease, and I just tenderized it. So,
it smells really good, Mary.
okay, thank you. So Carla said it looks better with the light on.
Okay.
Okay, so I just put the bacon in, the onions in here with the bacon. We will add that to it later. But right now we're going to get started. We're going to put Italian. It takes Italian sausage, spicy Italian sausage. And this is just a little over a pound. But anyway, we're going to cook it over here in we're cooking it in the board in the pan. We're going to cook the Italian sausage in the same pan that I fried the bacon and the onions in. And now I'm going to cut up the potatoes, and we're going to cut up the potatoes while the meat's cooking. And you want to cut the potatoes up in the small of pieces, little dice pieces. It's the way I do. I cut the ends off, and because make the potato soup a little bit. The potatoes will cook quicker, is what I'm trying to say.
I don't know why this is sticking to this knife.
I don't know.
I'm always telling you to be careful now.
So I'm just going to cut these potatoes up in little pieces because I don't want to cook them at 10 minutes. And this reason I'm cutting them up in small pieces.
Did you cut yours sideways or long ways?
I did both.
Long ways to start?
I would cut it. I'd probably cut it again this way.
Okay.
Well, it'd be easier to cut it like this, and then you could turn it over, and then that way. And they'd be little small dice pieces. Okay. All right. Just and I started to go ahead and have some of these potatoes cut, but the meat has to cook. So I thought while the meat is cooking, we'll just, you know, I don't know if Mother would like this or not. Do you think, Linda?
Well, she liked greens, so
Yeah.
I would think she would. Oh, did I not get these? I didn't get these small enough.
Well,
She probably would have, Mary.
and Linda, you don't like kale either, do you?
Not necessarily.
Well, that's okay. You don't have to. We don't. I'm gonna put kale in this, but you just don't have to. We can get you some out that don't.
No, I'm the picky eater.
No, is it reckon it's because I soaked these potatoes?
I don't know, but they're sticking, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Never seen a
I know.
potato. Many potatoes as I've cut up in my lifetime.
This is yellow potatoes,
Yeah.
gold potatoes. So and it depends on what size boil. You know,
Mine aren't
them.
cut exactly. Like
That's
yours.
okay. That's okay. It doesn't matter. I'm not cutting it precise. I just want them. I just cut it around the middle and then turn them over, and it's safer that way for me. See, I cut them in half, and then I half them again. And this is I think 5 medium potatoes. That's what I got here.
I'm just not cutting that through hard enough.
Is the meat getting
It's fixing to start.
okay?
Smells good.
Yeah, that Italian sausage does smell good.
Mary, I looked on Amazon this morning at that
Yeah.
cream of coconut
Uh-huh.
that I bought at one of our local
Right.
stores.
Right.
It was 2 in a package for $20-something.
Really?
I think I paid like $3 or $4 for that.
Huh. And you got that? You got that below Jefferson? Is it Texarkana, or where did you buy that?
Linden. At
Linden. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I want some if you go back up there.
I will. I'm gonna get back up there.
I looked last night or yesterday when I went to the store, and they didn't have it, which I didn't think
I've
they
never
did.
seen it anywhere except
I
in the
hadn't.
store.
I hadn't seen it before either, Linda.
But it's something like, it's not affiliated, but it's something like those smaller stores in smaller towns.
Uh-huh.
Like when you travel, you see like Piggly Wigglies and
Yeah.
and affiliated stores and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it's something like that.
Okay. I don't know if
Do you want this to put them in, or you just?
we can.
Or you
Well,
gonna
you know
put it
what?
right
we,
in
we can
from
just
the
put
mat?
we can just put it right in there from the mat. The first time I ever eat this soup was at Olive Garden, and it was good. Yeah,
Okay.
and it was good, and that's why that I just loved it. So, and
Here, I
then
think I'm gonna turn this burner up just a little bit.
you sure can. Girl in our church, lady in our church, we a lot of times in the wintertime we have a lot of night after church soup, and she makes a lot of different kinds of soups, and she had made this also one time. Okay, all right, now that's our potatoes. We got them cut up. Is that meat? Yeah, you turn the burner up.
I turned it up. I don't know if it's. Do you just mix and chop in there when you're cooking, or do you take it out every time?
I think I take it out.
Okay. I did too, but I didn't know if you did or left it in there or not.
Whoops, I bumped the camera.
You're going to get your new internet tomorrow?
Yeah, I get new internet tomorrow. I'm so glad. They're supposed to come and install it tomorrow. So we just cook this until it gets done, not brown. You don't want to cook it till it's crisp. You want it brown. Not brown, just cook.
And you're using your 5 1/4 pot.
Yes, I'm using this
5 1/4 quart pot.
I love this size.
I do too.
The big one I like if you're making a really, really large,
Like chili.
yeah.
Chicken dumplings or
yeah.
something.
But just for the amount of soup that we're cooking today, we didn't need that huge pot.
Am I making enough noise?
Yeah, that's okay.
Like Mama.
And we put I gotta get some garlic out, mixed garlic. Once it gets done, we'll put some mixed garlic in it.
Okay.
And then we're gonna put the broth, chicken broth. I miss
and
Linda.
is it canned chicken broth? Yeah, we do miss a little.
Well, it's the tone.
Okay.
I mix water and that tone mix from Sam's.
Yeah, we miss little Linda and Carla both.
Yeah, we do. Little Carla, Carla's working. She's keeping up with our questions and all. I didn't tell her to keep up with questions. It's hard to do questions when we don't have a third person with us.
Yeah, it is. Okay, Mary, you can see what you think about
Well,
that. It may not be quite done yet.
No, it ain't quite done enough yet. Let's go ahead and put some pepper in there.
Okay. That's just black pepper.
It's just black pepper. And also, I'm going to put some red pepper flakes. I knew Linda would like that.
You're putting a lot in there, Mary.
I better not put one.
That's unusual for you.
Yeah, but I want this to have a little spice to it.
That's going to be good.
Let's go ahead and put some salt too.
Okay.
Oh, it's going to have bacon. I'm not going to put all that in there. I forgot about that bacon.
Okay.
I just put a little bit of salt because the bacon is salty. And
That smells really good. Yeah, 2 years ago we did soups. We had, how many different kinds of soups did you make? Was it 3?
oh, I think we made about 3 different kinds of soup. We had
Big,
soup and
big
sandwiches one Christmas here.
And Chuck did, was it queso and chips?
Yeah, he did. We was trying to make it work, wouldn't be so hard on the cooking. And I want you to know, the soup and sandwiches turned out to be more trouble than making a regular
meal.
traditional Christmas meal. Because making all those soups and we had dips and chips and we had so many different kinds of things and sandwiches until it was just a lot of trouble.
Yeah, we pretty much stay with the tried and true, don't we?
Yeah, that was garlic that I just put in there. I've got red pepper flakes, garlic, and pepper in this.
And a little salt.
And a little bit of salt. The onions, I normally would have cooked the onions after I took the meat and used the oil, but I just used the bacon grease to cook the onions in.
That gave them a lot of flavor, too.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to, let me stir this. I'm going to put the chicken broth in here now.
Okay. You need me to help you?
Well, I can pick it up, but if you want to do it, I'm just going to, no, that's not quite a cup, but that's all right. those weren't full, so I'm gonna put a bit more.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna put. I made more broth than I needed, just in case that I needed to add. Okay, if you don't mind, some of my peppers was on there. My pepper flakes.
Yes.
Better get them in there. Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome. Smells kind of like pizza.
All right, now I need some water.
Okay, just
I need 3 of those, please. And I actually put a little, I'm sorry, Linda. I actually put a little bit of smoked paprika in this because I wanted to be a little more spicy, and that's probably going to make a difference in the color because it's going to be a little red. I wasn't thinking about that when I put that smoked paprika in here. Thank you, Linda.
you're welcome. It's just water, but
As soon as that, I'm going to go ahead and put these onions in here. I'm not going to put the meat in there until I cook the potatoes. The
Okay.
potatoes, we want the potatoes kind of tender before we put the meat in there because it takes them longer to cook. So, as soon as this comes to a boil, I'm going to put those potatoes in there. And I believe it's there. So I'm using our little mat. Now when this comes to a boil, I'm going to cook it for 10 minutes with the potatoes. And then that way, because the other ingredients that I put in is last, because just get these potatoes done. So we're going to let that come to a boil, cook for 10 minutes. Then I'll add the bacon and the other ingredients. So Linda helped make me some coconut cakes yesterday for our bazaar. So today we're going to dress them. That's I don't know if anybody else has taught. Yeah, that's what Mom would say. You got to dress the cakes, and that means putting the frosting or the meringue on it. So after we do our video with the Italian Tuscan soup this morning, we're going to put the meringue on the cakes. And we're thinking about letting y'all see how we put the cakes together. So, but that'll be on a different video after we've had lunch. But we're gonna. All right, Linda, you don't have to wash those. Just come up here and let's talk a minute.
I just thought that I would get them done while you were over there.
Okay.
Wasn't that many, but
So let me get the cheese out. Okay.
now do you put the soup in the cheese in the soup, Mary?
I put a little cheese in the soup. Yes, I do.
Okay.
And then I put some on top. So. I'm just going to use my little grater to grate this Parmesan.
Okay. Y'all probably noticed that we always try to wash and dry our knives really good as soon as we use them. It's just kind of a habit that we are into.
Let me show you what I was talking about, it being a little red. The reason it's red, reason the soup is a little red, my cord's connected. The reason my soup is a little red is because I put that smoked paprika in it. But the reason I did that is because I wanted it to be a little bit more spicy. And so it's going to change. It's a milk. This a soup is supposed to be white. It may not be white.
But it's going to be good, though. Just give it some extra flavor.
Yeah.
So which one, that year that we did the soups, which one went the fastest?
I did this. We had some of this left over, but I made a huge pot.
Yeah, you made a lot.
What
else
and
did
I
we
made
have?
I think you made the vegetable beef. Vegetable beef. And what else was it that I made? It was another soup that I made. Was it the tortilla soup?
Was it potato soup?
Cheesy potato soup.
Yeah,
cheesy potato soup. I think the cheesy potato soup is what.
Yeah, we love potato soup.
It was a cheesy potato soup. So we had the 3 soups, and then we had several kinds of sandwiches. Cold, some of them was hot with the melted cheese that we cooked in the oven.
We had a ton of food. And,
We did.
I think we've mentioned this before, but one year, Mama, she lived down at the farm, and we all lived in different places and had to come to her house. And were you in South Texas then?
Which time are you talking about?
When she did the Christmas around the world.
Yes, I lived in Houston.
I was in Mississippi.
Yep.
Edward was in Mississippi, and
Yep.
I guess Charles was somewhere in Texas. They might have been in Fort Worth.
They was probably in Fort Worth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Mama did Christmas around the world, and she worked for
Bless her
weeks
heart.
putting that together.
I know.
And you talk about somebody that's on a fixed income. She didn't have extra money other than if she done a garage sale or if she sold fried pies or did her crafts and stuff. And she always spent a lot of money at Christmas. I mean, just on food alone.
She worked all year long on making gifts for people.
And she had all these dishes from different places around the world, and we didn't like them. We wanted our regular food, and that was the only year she did that. Yeah.
She worked so hard doing
I
that.
mean, we ate, y'all. It wasn't that we didn't eat or didn't appreciate
it wasn't
it,
like
it wasn't
we come
like
for
we were
Christmas
accustomed
meal.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So I think it's just best just to stick with the tradition. Now, one year we had Christmas at Edward and Debbie's house, and we did Mexican food, and that was a hit. That was good.
Yeah.
We had all kinds of Mexican food.
In fact, you know what? When I was talking to Edward this morning, we're gonna our little get together that we're gonna have. We're gonna have a little sibling get together before our big Christmas here. And I'm gonna get some hot tamales for us.
Oh yes, that would be great.
Wouldn't that be good?
Yes, hot tamales would be perfect.
What else would we fix with it? Would you do queso and dip or?
We don't want to eat
I don't want all carbs, so I was thinking about Mexican rice, but then that's another carb.
Yeah.
So maybe just tamales. The other
and kind of dip. Kind of dip. I'll make a dip.
The other thing I was thinking about was the
cheese dip's what I mean.
Was the little sandwiches that you fix in the oven.
Oh, the little with the Hawaiian rolls with cheese and
maybe
the
just like one pan
I could
of
do that.
those.
Yeah, because it'd just be 4 or 5, 6 of us.
Yeah, we wouldn't even one pan.
7 or 8. I don't know how many of us. I can't even count. There's 4 of us siblings, and then their companions, so that'd be 7, right?
7, right. And we've had hot tamales at Mama's before on Christmas, too.
We've had hot tamales here before.
And we've had them here.
Yeah.
And we all love hot tamales.
Yes.
And we buy them.
I have a recipe, Linda, and I don't know if I'll ever get a chance, but I've got the recipe, and I'm going to try it one of these days and see how I do with making it. It may not.
My friend that passed away in March this year from Lubbock, she made the best hot tamales. They were so good. She really made good hot tamales, Liz.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, let's see the grater.
Okay.
I've got a grater in here. Well, I might have put it up here. I have very few cabinets and drawers, so I have to put it from everywhere.
Somebody was asking the other day about our colors in our kitchen, and we change colors a lot. You have a lot of red in your kitchen because you have your roosters.
Yeah, I like red. I got sippy cups for babies. I said I was going to gonna get rid of all them sippy cups, but and I'm going to. But but we got another little one coming up now. But at one time, I had a whole bunch of little great grandkids, and I had sippy cups for every one of them because I didn't, I mean, it's just easier. When they want something to drink, you put that lid on there where that won't spill on everything.
Then they come up with these that won't turn over.
Yeah,
which are fantastic.
Yeah. I'm just going to cook that just a few more minutes. I want the potatoes to nearly get done before I put the milk in it.
Oh, you got to put milk in it.
I got to put milk in it.
I forgot about that. And
okay.
cheese.
If you will, let me see here. I think that I
I
forgot to get the little dish out that it goes in. I don't know if I can reach it or not.
The soup or the
This.
the
Gravies. That's
I only had one of these and I gave it away.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the little grater that fits in there. And when you grate it, it goes into the container. So we can
That's nice. I never used it.
Oh, is that right?
I gave mine away, but I do have another one ordered. I like that.
It has a thing that fits on here that you don't have to hold the cheese.
Yeah.
Some of it's coming off.
I love the zester. Have you tried the zester?
I have used the zester. Yes, I have.
really do like it.
I don't know if I want to. I'm not going to use it. I'll just hold it in my hand. I've got some more Parmesan that I'm going to put in there. Clean this mess up here. If you'll get a rag for me, please,
Yes,
Linda.
I will.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I told Linda this morning, get this bazaar over. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just I've got that on my mind. I can't concentrate on much of nothing until I get this bazaar over. I got a ton of stuff to do at the church besides cooking, and so I'm trying to. Let's see.
It's just a busy week.
It's a very busy week for me. Not quite, like a little bit longer. Because once you put that milk in there, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go ahead and put the bacon in here. It's not gonna hurt that.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's the bacon and the rest of the onions. I put a piece of paper towel in there to catch the oil,
Right.
so that it wouldn't be so greasy. Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
Drop some onion down in there. The handle. Come on.
I'll tell you that hot will go. The handles are cool, but I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah,
you touch
I
that
know.
pot, it will burn you
I know.
because it's hot.
It is. So it's just like about 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna put the other stuff in it. Let me get the milk out.
So is that all the Parmesan you're going to grate?
Yeah, because I'm going to use.
That's pretty rich. That Parmesan isn't it?
But I'm hoping. The last time I cooked it, I put so much Parmesan in it.
Oh, do we want to set those egg whites out too?
Yes, we do.
For the
For what?
for what we're gonna make.
Yeah, we're gonna be. Yeah. Set them out.
And that pineapple filling's been in the refrigerator all night.
Okay.
But you probably want to leave it in there
Yeah.
until you get ready to put it on the
I
cakes.
think so. Yeah. Okay. Well, I timed this, so we just like about a minute, and then we're gonna go ahead and put the rest of the stuff up in it. I put so much Parmesan cheese in there the last time. It thickened it up too much. Let me see if this is the one that's open. I've got one that's open and one that's not. This is the one that's open.
Refrigerator space is at a premium this time of year.
My daughter asked me the other day, Mom, why don't you get you another refrigerator? I said, where would I put it? I don't have room
I'm telling
for
you.
another refrigerator.
It's and you'd fill it full too.
I would.
You would fill it full because I have one in the utility room that I've strictly used for my cakes, and it seems to get just as full as the one in the kitchen. Even though I don't put too much cake stuff in it anymore.
Okay. My measuring cup, no, if you don't mind.
Which one do you want?
The cup.
Okay.
Okay. This is heavy whipping cream.
Well, that's going to make it rich, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And then this is half and half. And what is it? And this, like I said, this is half and half. And I really messed up by putting that smoked paprika in here, because this would be a white soup is what it'd be, but it's a little got some red tint to it because I put that. Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
All right. So, you know what? That's not but a little bit of whipping cream.
pour
I'm
the
just gonna
rest of
pour
it
this whipping cream in there because I don't want to keep just a little bit in the refrigerator. Okay. And then I'm gonna let this cook.
It's a pretty good pot full of soup.
It's gonna be a pot full of soup when I get it all in
with
here.
cheese in it.
Yeah.
Are you done with the half and half?
I'm through with the half and half. Yeah.
I'll put it up.
All right. Thank you, Linda. All right. We're gonna let that come to a boil. Let it cook for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll put the cheese and the kale. You cook it for about 10 minutes after you put the kale in there. If you don't want the kale in there, you can leave it out. But that's that milk cooled that down when I put it in there. I just want to cook it a little bit longer.
Now, once you put milk in it, you will have to watch it.
I
Make sure
sure
it doesn't
will.
boil over.
But these boilers, yeah, boiling over is a problem. These boilers here are so nice because they don't stick.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine it might stick if you just left it on there, you know, and just kept
Definitely.
But far as just sticking on normal circumstances, it's not. It won't.
Your cocktails are pretty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Some of our friends, our followers, gave me both of them. I think you have some just like that.
I probably do. Yeah.
All right. So
Do you think we can see if we have any questions?
You
I'm
can.
sorry, Mary,
That's
I interrupted
okay.
you.
That's okay. See if you got any questions. A lot of stores has cream of coconut. We have.
It's in the. It's, what we've seen before is in the in cans,
Right.
And we know that.
Yes.
And I remember the first time when Mama told me where to find it at, and it is in the drink
Oh, that's
aisle.
coconut milk. That's coconut milk. That's not.
But we like it in the bottle where you can just get a little bit out, and
That's what we was talking about. It being in a container that's you can just squeeze out whatever how much you want instead of opening a can. So we can find the coconut milk. It's usually
Yes.
in the mix in the drink aisle, the alcohol. That's where I find it. Is that where you find it?
yeah, it is. And that's not an aisle we frequent, so that's why Mama.
I had to ask
when
for it
Mama
first time.
found when she first told me about
Yeah.
it. She said that's where you get it because
Yeah.
I assumed it would be in the bacon aisle. But the pot that Mary's using is Pampered Chef. It's a 5 1/4 quart pot that goes with the basic cookware
And
set.
that's on sale right now too.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so Mary, they want to know what all's in the soup.
It's bacon, not. I use the whole package. It's bacon. You cut it up in 1-inch squares. cook that, not crisp, but you want most of the grease fried out of the bacon. And then you take that out and put it in a bowl. Then you saute your onions in the grease, and then you take the onions out, and then you cook your Italian sausage. The reason that I just do it separate, I just do. I don't know why, but I don't. You could leave the onions in there and cook the sausage, and then I put the salt and the pepper and the red pepper flakes in the meat. Cook the meat, and then I put the chicken broth and water, and then cook potatoes. Then we put potatoes in there, little diced up potatoes, and then after the potatoes, about 10 minutes after they cook, then you turn it down. After the potatoes gets done, then you add your bacon back in there, and you add the heavy cream and the half and half, and of course you put the bacon back in there. And now I'm going to put the kale. I've already washed it. I washed the kale, and I'm just going to put the kale in here. If you'll put that over there, I've washed a little bit more than what I want to put in here. I put the cheese in last. I put Parmesan cheese in, but I do that last. All right, now I'm going to put the lid on it and let it cook another 10 minutes with the kale. So the kale will get done in about 10 minutes. It doesn't take kale long to cook.
And Mary, they want to know what our husbands did for a living, so I'll let you tell what Bobby did.
I lost my husband in 2008 due to Agent Orange. He was a veteran. And he was a bricklayer. He was a union bricklayer. He laid brick worked on many of the large buildings, because that's what they did, commercial buildings.
The Research and Development Center in Jackson, Mississippi, mm-hmm. He actually designed something in that building.
It was a fountain. He designed that fountain. His picture was in the paper with him doing the fountain.
This was back in the 60s.
It was back in the 60s, yeah.
And my husband run a route for merchandised stores with it was groceries and health and beauty. It was a grocery store route that he run. That's what he did. And let's see. Somebody else said we have gift certificates on the store, right,
yes.
Mary?
Yes, we do.
And they're
in increments.
And they're $25 increments. Mm-hmm. So those are there. And let's see. There was another question that somebody asked that it's already passed. Can you use spinach instead of kale?
You could. Your preference, yeah.
Walmart should have the cream of coconut in the can. They should have it in the can. And
or the alcohol is.
If they opened a can, they could put it in a good container and just put it in the refrigerator.
Yeah. You have to refrigerate it. And that was the reason that Linda was talking about the first time she found it in a plastic container where you could use a portion of it and restore it in the refrigerator.
Where we met our husbands.
I met my husband in Jackson, Mississippi at church.
And I met my husband in Jackson, Mississippi at church. Now, Mary knew the Lumen family. Well, in fact, our whole family knew the Lumens from years back.
I knew my husband's relatives. I went to church. His uncle was a minister and pastor at UPC church in Carthage. And he had come to our church and visited, and I'd been to his revival. So I knew his uncle. I even knew his daddy. And to really get back to the history, our grandfather, Pinky Paul, grew up. They lived beside my husband's daddy, Brother Charlie Lumen. So I heard lots and lots of stories about my father-in-law when I was a child, but yet I had never met him. I had met his brother. But I knew the Lumens before I married my husband. I only dated 3 months. I don't advise that. But it was true love. We were married 41 years before he died. But anyway, it was, we knew the family.
And Mike rented an apartment from a realtor in our church, and he invited him to church, and that's how he started coming to church, and that's how we met. Let's see, on the print, Little Linda's not here, but I'm hoping I'm going to tell you right. Why is there not a print button on the recipes? I believe you can copy and paste
You can
it.
copy
They
and
did
paste.
it one way to start with, but you can copy it and paste it and print it that way.
Right. I think at the beginning she had it where you could print it. And it was something she did when she was uploading something. It took that away. So I guess she may work on that. But right now I know you can copy and paste it. But it did have a print button at the beginning.
Yeah.
And something happened when she was doing something else on our webpage that it took that off. So she's going to have to do some research for that. Linda's not a professional in this, but she's learned a lot.
She's very smart. She's a very smart young lady. She graduated from Laterno, and she figures stuff out a lot faster than Mary and I do, or at least faster than I do. How many cakes did we make yesterday, Mary?
Oh,
We made the 2 coconut pound cakes on our live broadcast, and then we made 5 big layers of cake,
which is going to make 3 cakes.
which is going to make 3 cakes. So I guess
And
that
then
was
I
5 cakes.
And then I came home and made a pan of Mississippi mud, and I guess I showed them Mississippi mud, but and then I made those. I'm embarrassed, but those sponge cakes. So I'm probably. I mean, it's.
They're beautiful.
This is the Mississippi mud. I just. It's just a brownie with coconut and pecans in it, and then the marshmallows.
Delicious.
And then a chocolate sauce on top with the nuts.
And the monthly fee for to join our membership is $5.99 plus whatever applicable tax it is in your area. Some states don't tax, some do. So that would be, and that is monthly fee. Okay, let's see here. Somebody else. Your out and about section will be updated soon, probably.
Yes, that video that we did at the last weekend at the Kilgore, Linda was sick. She got sick Sunday and she's been sick all week. But that's going to be uploaded on the membership page of us about in Kilgore.
And thank you, Cindy, for commenting about us reading the comments. Mary, what's your favorite cake of all times?
I like a cherry nut. Actually, is my favorite. Cherry nut.
Cherry nut cake.
That.
Yeah, we're going to be
I'm
fixing
gonna go ahead
that
and
soon.
put some cheese in this.
We love the coconut cakes with the pineapple filling. That's what we're going to be putting together today. I would say for a winter cake, and my thing changes. I love lemon blueberry in the summertime. I've made so many of those cakes that I've sold. But as far as a winter cake, and I love the cherry nut, but I love orange slice cakes, and I'm going to tell you something. They are very time consuming to make, but they are worth
that's what Linda
every
said. She
second you use making it. Okay, let me roll back down and see.
In the past, you've always made one of them orange slice
Yes,
cakes
I have.
for Christmas. I just put some Parmesan cheese, a package actually.
And Christina, I think Christina is she's a 3rd or 4th cousin. I think she lives in St. Augustine. She asked about the old-fashioned coconut cake with icing. Christina, we have a video on that from last year with you making the old-fashioned coconut cake. We're putting these cakes together today. The cakes are already made, but we're making the icing. We've already got the filling made. So, Christina, if you'll go back and look at our recipes from last fall, and if you'll watch us today, you'll see us put the cakes together, but they're actually already baked. We baked them yesterday.
Just go to our page and scroll down. Actually, I'm almost positive that the title is on that, the coconut kind
I think it probably is.
The title is listed on that one.
And thank you all so much for commenting. And we would love to answer all these questions. And you're probably going to see my finger moving the screen back. But we like to answer questions, and we like that you are commenting. We don't always get to do this, but because we have a little bit of extra time today. Let's see. We do not go to the same church. Mary goes to Kilgore, the First Pentecostal Church. We live an hour and 15 minutes apart, and I've only belonged to 2 churches in my life, and that was my childhood church and the one that I grew up in as a young adult. And
it's a UPC church,
Yeah.
both of us.
Well, actually, our church
Well,
is
that's right.
not UPC, but our pastor is UPC, and all the ministers in the church have UPC credentials. But the church itself is not actually UPC, even though we fellowship with all the UPC. Let's see here. Oh, congratulations, Cheryl. She just got married last week at age 65.
Oh, congratulations.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. And Mary didn't take any of the kale out. If I don't eat it, I'll just eat around the kale.
I'm gonna dip her some without the kale. If it wasn't for cooking it.
Mom and Daddy's favorite meal. Daddy loved chicken wings, and Mama loved fried catfish. My daddy could fry the best catfish.
I love catfish too.
And Mama loved liver and onions, and Pinky Mom made it for her. And a lot of people do not like liver. I understand that, but Mama loved Pinky Mom's liver and onions.
I've several times. I'm making onion and liver gravy, like Pinky Mom done it. And you know what? I've come pretty close. I may cook. It's something you don't want that often, but I come pretty close to making like Pinky Mom did.
Well, we do not bake to sale. Kathy had a question about that. We worked so hard last year. We were literally working around the clock, and we just could not do that. So we don't bake to sell. We haven't for a while. We bake and we give away stuff, but we don't bake to sell because it's just too time consuming, and we are too busy. Our schedules are just too busy to do it.
I asked Linda ahead of time, would it be okay if I put this kale in here? And she said she would pick it out.
Yeah, I did.
So I'm trying my best not to put any kale in her bowl.
And don't put me a whole lot if we're just doing this as a taste here. I think somebody was on there from Kingsport, Tennessee. If I'm not mistaken, Kingsport is where there's a Marriott Resort there. And if it is, I've stayed at that Marriott Resort twice. One time just a night or two, and the other time I was there for several weeks when we were working over in Virginia. And it is a beautiful area, and it's a beautiful facility, and one of my favorite places in the world for breakfast. They had a fantastic country breakfast at that Marriott.
I'm going to bring it over here so we don't have to move that camera. If you'll stir it, Linda, and show them. Can they see it? No, they can't see it. Okay, there we go.
That looks so good.
Okay. All right, let's turn the camera around.
Did you put your cheese in it?
No, I put some cheese in it.
Oh, you put it in it.
I put some Parmesan cheese in it, but then we'll put some on top. Linda, you can have all the soup you want, but you said don't put much in there for right now.
I love your little bowls. They're so cute.
See? And then I'm gonna put some Parmesan cheese that I just grated. You want some of this in here?
That's enough. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. I didn't taste it to see about the season, the salt, pepper, or whatever. It's gonna be hot. Thank you, Lord.
It's so creamy and good. It's got a lot of good flavors in it.
It does have a lot of good flavors. And I can taste the spice. I'll put that, Linda, like that. I'll put that crushed red pepper in there. But you're supposed to put some in it. I don't think I put too much, though. Do you?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
It's delicious. Y'all don't want to make the soup.
It's real good. I mean, if you know, it's a creamy soup. It's real good. We're gonna have a little lunch, and then we're gonna come back on after we get the egg whites beaten, because we're doing a 7-minute frosting.
Yeah, and it just
for the coconut cakes.
The mixer is so loud. I'm using my big mixer, and it's so loud that all you're going to be able to hear is beating the mixer. Right. So we're just not going to do that on camera. We're
just going to beat the frosting, and I guess we'll tell you how we did it, and then we'll decorate the cake, show you what size they are and how they look.
You don't want to miss it.
Yeah. So we'll be back on, about 11:30?
Probably. Grab you a bite to eat or take a quick break or something, and we'll see you back. Now, this is not scheduled. It's not a scheduled event, so you won't get a notification.
No. About 11:30, we'll be back on. So I hope that y'all try this soup and hopefully you'll like it. So we thank y'all for visiting with us in our kitchen this morning. Bye.
Count your blessings.
Count your blessings.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.